qualify well, but kept climbing the ladder, and now leads this race at lap 369.
Looks like right now Kyle Busch in the 18, he's trying to make a run in the middle of the corner, but Jeff Gordon just gets off the corner.
39 car just playing. Got to let for it. Got to let for a tire down.
Come on, Tony scan. There's the leader.
Tough break for the outside pole sitter.
Stuart Haas is having a tough day, Larry.
Now they'd had engine trouble. I hope he's running and just looking for a place to. Here he comes.
Yeah, he was going down. This has been flat for about. He came off turn 2 with it flat, went all the way down the back before he gets down here. Round goes Newman.
Newman started outside pole. This will take him off the lead lap.
Mike, with this restart being only 11 laps ago, all those cars that took that wave around certainly paid dividends for them.
Dale Jr. is the first of the cars to pit, along with Jamie McMurray, Matt Kenseth, Montoya, Edwards, Smith, Newman, of course, with the flat tire. Kurt Busch, Harvick, and Mark Martin are all on pit road. Everyone else on the lead lap stays out. Matt?
Mike, the call from Steve Letarte is going 4 tires on this stop. That way they're good to go to the end. If they have to pit, they've got the 2-tire option. His biggest issue, just forward bite on this 88 machine. Dick?
Jamie McMurray on pit road right now in his green #1 car. The penalty from the last pit stop where they left the lug nut off didn't hurt him all that much. He is pitting out of the 10th position. Car still good. No major adjustments all day on Victoria's car.
Thanks, Dick. Let's take a look and see if the flat tire on Newman's left rear was caused by contact.
It's usually a right front and a left rear that come together somewhere right about there. But Larry, I like the strategy of getting 4 tires right now. Get them now and you've got options.
You know the other thing it does, by pitting here with 127 laps to go, if you get your fuel tank full, you don't have to worry about fuel no more. All you can worry about is tires and adjustments.
It's a good move.
There's your free pass car, David Reagan, in the #6. And Newman goes a lap down as a result of the flat tire and the caution flag. Tony Stewart trying to overcome a penalty. He is 2 laps down in 26th. Bobby Labonte trying to overcome crash damage is 6 laps behind.
I think smoke Tony Stewart, he's just looking for the checkered flag to wave on this thing. It has been a rough weekend for Tony Stewart.
Jeff Gordon, your race leader. He's been out in front 3 times for a total of 20 laps now. And Krista, how about the second place car?
Well, Kyle Busch is being very descriptive on the radio right now with his crew chief, Dave Rogers. Dave Rogers actually telling him, you break down Bristol better than any driver out here, and that place is a lot faster. What can I do for you? And Kyle's saying, well, I'm afraid I'm the best car in the center, but if we keep changing it, I'm just going to get too loose. I just don't know how to make speed.
Well, it's a dilemma. If you speed your car up, you may abuse your tires. And I think it's a balancing act right now with these tires and how would you like your car to be. I think a little snug car is a little bit easier on the tires than one that's burning that right rear out.
Alan Gustafson, Jeff Gordon's crew chief. Mike Ford, Denny Hamlin's crew chief. Who you had on trackside Friday night on
We
speed.
did. He did a great job, and I told him, I said, my favorite picture of you is from last year when you won Texas. Had that cowboy hat on.
About 8 sizes too small.
I didn't fit on him well at all.
Jeff Gordon has now just passed Richard Petty for 4th in all-time laps led here at Martinsville Speedway as we get set for the restart, completing lap 376. Gordon and Busch, Hamlin and Boyer, Johnson and Allmendinger. Here we go.
The top 8 drivers stayed out. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88, 4 fresh tires back in 9th.
And now only 18 cars on the lead lap. Everybody sorts out single file, except Joey Logano. And Jeff Burton piled into somebody.
Yeah, over in turn 3. I mean, he just drove the front end of the car right up in the air. You can see the hood. He can't even see where he's going.
When you get to the yellow line, I'll let you know when you're there. Get left, get left, get left.
You know, that started well in front of him. Kurt Busch and somebody got together, and the ripple effect just accordioned all the way back through the field.
His spotter was pretty much having to drive his race car, getting him on the pit road.
I saw a guy one time that happened. He came on the pit road, and the crew member jumped up on the hood. It was like a sliding board. He went right back down on the ground.
Darrell, I look at Jimmy Johnson in that 48 car running up there in 5th, and I think you said it earlier. That car was starting to go backwards. It was starting to overheat, and you said the one thing that he will not do is panic. And Steve, there he is back in the top 5.
Exactly right, Larry. And what Jimmy Johnson is saying is that the car is a little bit lazy in the center. He says, I have to wait an extra beat to get on the gas when I'm stuck in traffic.
Just doesn't have that grip right there in the middle of the corner like he'd like to have it right now.
And that waiting costs you a lot of time.
Look at the top of your screen. Those cars with the gray background, they are the cars out of the race. And only 6 of them, despite all of the contact and carnage, only 6 cars have retired from the race. 37 running. 18 of those on the lead lap, led by Jeff Gordon.
Boy, Jeff Burton in the 31 came back out on the racetrack almost right in the middle of those leaders and actually bobbled them up for a second back there about Joey Logano in the 20, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88.
Well, Larry, there's just nowhere to get out. You just can't get out of the way. When you're trying to get out of the way, you're down in the groove.
I wish you'd look at the parts and pieces hanging off that thing.
It sort of looks like it got run over by a Caterpillar.
Mark Martin trying to pull alongside. You can see aerodynamics doesn't count for a whole lot here. Good thing.
Visibility might help a little bit, but
well, Jeff Gordon's your leader, but he's certainly not getting away from Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin. A Chevy leading 2 Toyotas, 2 more Chevys in the top 5, Boyer and Johnson. Allmendinger is the first Ford in the race at 6th, and Kurt Busch is the first Dodge at 16th.
Kyle has the gusto of a hungry hound, let me tell you, and he is tenacious. He will wear you out. You ain't going to get away from him.
There's a look at Kurt Busch, first of the 4 Dodges in the race, while Kyle tries to overhaul Jeff Gordon for the lead.
I think the guy that they better be worried about is running 4th right now. Just went by Boyer. 5-time is slipping back in the picture.
And you know, Allmendinger has driven an inspired race so far. He can't get out of that second pack perhaps to challenge these 3. But the Dinger's right up there in the 43. The King's 43 in the top half dozen. And you heard him in the pre-race talking about how with Morris Petty there and with Lee Petty on the side of the car for the 43 for the NASCAR Hall of Fame. I mean, Richards won here 15 times, so every time Allmendinger comes in here with that number, he's got to hear it from everybody.
You know, it wasn't but about 200 laps ago we were saying, what is wrong with Kevin Harvick, our winner from Auto Club Speedway, and Jeff Hammond, the man has now cracked the top 10.
Well, what did Mike Joyce say last week about Kevin Harvick? He is the greatest closer of all. Well, right now, he is up in the top 10. And guys, he just ran his fastest lap on lap 385. It's taken him a while, but finally, Gil Martin and this team, they're finally making it happen for the number 29 of Kevin Harvick, and they've been slowly but methodically working their way up through the field.
And Larry, he was one of those drivers who took and benefited from the wave around.
Took the wave around, that last caution, he was on pit road for 4 fresh tires.
111 laps to go. Jeff Gordon leading.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by the new Chevy Silverado HD, Motor Trend's 2011 Truck of the Year, by Subway Restaurants, the official training restaurant of Carl Edwards, Subway, eat fresh, and by Sprint, proud sponsor of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series.